Hi all, Jessie B Scrapbook came back with another process video. This one is for We Rule the School Hop, and this one is the day 3 of the hop, and it is going to be high school and beyond. And these are 2 pictures of my daughter's college graduation, and I'm putting this one in our family album, but she's going to have her own album of her graduation as well. But um yeah, so here's the ones we're going to use, and let's get going. Okay, so I already cut the paper because I forgot to turn the camera on, and then I just fussy cut some of these bigger flowers and butterflies out of one of the papers. And all these papers came from a paper pad that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's the Paper Studio. I can't remember. It's a thinner paper, but it's all like more vintage looking flowers and stuff, and it's just beautiful. So that's what I'm using for my little squares that I'm going to put down and on their ends like a diamond shape. And what I'm doing now is I'm just drawing lines where I am going to line up the points. So the right and left point on my little diamond goes on the square, and it just keeps me in a nice straight line. I do not have to erase these lines because they're completely covered up, and that makes it real simple. And so I think I have 3 of each pattern cut out, and they're 1.5 by 1.5 inches. And see how nice and square these little squares are? No, how perfectly lined up they are. And so then on the next line below, so I'm using the bottom of the page for the next line below, I'm just going to use the points and line up right along the bottom, and it makes a perfect space in between the little diamonds. So here you can see the line on the top. I'm going to line up my points on the line, and it brings my pattern paper up just a tiny bit and puts that white border all the way around all of my little diamonds. So I'm going to continue this up most of the page. I don't go clear to the top, but I go up quite a ways. And so while I'm doing that, I want to remind everyone this is a We Rule the School hop. Sarah Scraps is the one that puts this on each year, and this year she decided to do 3 different days. So the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The 23rd was elementary. The 24th was middle school and junior high, and then the 25th is high school and beyond. And so it makes it so everybody has a chance to participate. You can go back and check what everyone is doing with these school hops. They're so much fun. And yeah, just all the information is in the comments down below. So I think this is my 2nd year doing the school hops, maybe 3rd year. And I really look forward to them. And, you know, now my daughter just graduated college, so I don't actually have any more kids in school, but I got lots of nieces and nephews, so I might have to do them. Okay, so I'm almost done with getting these little squares on here in this beautiful quilt pattern. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I picked out the blues in this pattern papers because my daughter's school is, or was, blue and white was their colors. So I was just kind of giving a nod to that. Even though her dress that she is wearing in this is black with yellow flowers, I figured it still looked good. And not having any black or um, anything like that, it really helps make the picture stand out, I think. Okay, so there's my pattern paper. I will end up covering up some of those squares completely, but I wasn't exactly sure where my pictures were going to sit, so I didn't want to, you know, try to be stingy and not put squares all the way. Now these little butterflies, I absolutely love these butterflies, and they do not make it on this layout. I tried a lot to get them on here, but they just don't make it. Actually, you would have seen them on another layout I did. I think it was on, I don't remember. Might have been for Mixed Media Mayhem last week. Yeah, I think it was. So I've already used those butterflies, so, but at this point, I'm still trying to get them onto this layout. Okay, so I backed one picture in that blue stripe, blue and white stripe, and now I'm going to back this other picture in just some of that leftover floral paper that I cut out these big florals and butterflies out of. And I like having the two pictures mounted separately. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. I don't know if you can, but they're out there just playing and happy as can be. But yeah, they're being very loud. So I am going to make two floral clusters on each side of the pictures, but I thought they were blending in too much, so I am going to ink them in some black, and just to help them pop a little bit. And I ink up the butterflies too. Like I said, I don't use them, but I inked them up because I thought I was going to. Yeah, I sure like those butterflies though. They're really pretty. So this ink is, I got it Tuesday morning, about 2 years ago. I don't know. And it's my black is starting to dry out a little bit. And I don't know if I can get re-inker for it. So I might just have to break down and buy a new black. But it works for this. So I put one part of a flower behind on the bottom with a overlapping flower on top, and then that other half of the flower, which is way more than half, other 60% of the flower went on the other side with another flower overlapping. See here, I'm trying to put the butterflies on again. And I think they would have been okay, but they just, they weren't doing it for me. So I take them off. And then I decided to do circles on the different points where the diamonds meet. So I'm doing 3 epoxy flares, that homemade epoxy flares I'm going to make right now. So I just punched out from the pattern paper 3 different ones that I really liked. And here's where I remember I wanted to ink everything up. So the first one didn't get inked, but it was okay. And then I get them down, so it's just a 1-inch pull punch. And then these epoxy flares I get them off of Amazon, and they are 1-inch perfect, and so they make the perfect little flares. So I'm gonna get those on, and then I'm going to grab my button bin of well, it's not really buttons. I mean, I have buttons in it, and that's what I end up using. But it's just like a miscellaneous little bin I have with a whole bunch of different stuff in it. So I grabbed these self-adhesive buttons here, and I like them. And then I ended up going with these big wood buttons. I decided I took them off. On camera here, they look okay, but they were too bulky and I didn't care for them. So then I just went with a couple little bitty buttons. And so I got those on. And I'm sorry the camera cut out on me. I didn't realize it when I was working on the buttons. And then I made some little sprigs of leaves in my die cut machine. And these ones are really delicate and kind of lacy. They're open leaves. And so I stuck some around both clusters of flowers just to help them, round them out a little bit. And I really like how they look. And then I decided I needed a title on here. So, trying to put those butterflies on there again. So I do grab a stamp and it just says beautiful. And so I ink it up and I'm going to put it right across the top of the first picture, which is fine, except for I am not using my stamp positioner and I should have, and it doesn't stamp right. The whole middle section of it was, it looks okay here, but in person it looked really bad and I didn't like it. So I'm going to stamp again onto this piece of green paper and trying to find a good clean stamp. I think my third one does it. And then I'm going to cut that out into a tab shape and put it right over top of the beautiful on top. So it still works out really good. But yeah, I just gotta remember to use my stamp positioning tool more. So I'm gonna put it up there, but I'm going to grab my hole punch here, and it's not a hole punch, it is a corner punch, and it rounds the corners. So I'm rounding the corners, make that tab shape. Decide I didn't like the top of it, so I'm just going to cut that little bit off and just gives it a nice clean rounded look, and line it up so that the little F lines up at that went over the what you call it, matting of the picture. That's what it's called. And so it works out perfect there. And now I'm using these little nail art jewels that I got at the dollar store and just putting the little daisies down. And I do 3 little clusters of them in 3 different spots. And they're so cute and the colors are perfect for this. So as soon as I get these on, I believe this layout is done. I love it. I think it turned out so pretty. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And thank you to everyone who does both. And yeah, just remember to go and check everybody else out that is hopping along with the We Rule the School hop. Thanks for watching. Bye.